tough, tall order here against Team Vitality. As you saw how they were playing earlier on against Semper Esports, going that full 5-game distance. It didn't seem all too in shape, did Vitality, so maybe they might be right for the picking here. But heck, Justus and PK are just going to have to be on top of their game if they want to take away or take down this resurging Vitality team.
We're gonna have a tough task at hand as Alpha is trying to make it even harder right from the get-go, but this ball will not find the back of the net just now as this ball goes. Let's go into the middle right there. Kate up once again with the hit. Justus bringing it back forth. Really easy and slow and steady startup from both these teams. Probably going to try and see what they can do against each other. From Vitality, of course, a Game 5 loss is not what you like to see, not what you like to have. A Heck right here trying to do his best to get out of Justus, but not at that time around. Kate up with a good pass into the middle. There is someone to receive it, but there was also a defender ready for it. And Heck once again, just be patient, man. And he's someone I am definitely going to be keeping a watch on. As well, Heck to me was a really good player on this FC Multiculti side.
Yeah, yesterday he was absolutely tremendous matching up against Carmine Corp, especially when he was, especially against that first game against Carmine Corp. It was a force to be reckoned with. Question is about Justus and PK to see if they can match up with him, and especially up against Vitality here. And I know we went on about them earlier, but that match against Semper really shone Vitality in a better light than we've seen them. Yes, they ended up losing to Semper in the end, but it was a closer affair than I think most of us thought it would be. It was a different side to Vitality that we saw. Not seeing that here as, again, Vitality just turtling up. It's an empty net as Alpha's removed, and Justus will have the first.
And this is what you have to be careful for as a Team Vitality side. You cannot take things too slow and steady, because FC Multiculti, like we've seen before, can get those goals out of nowhere. You think you're safe, you think you're fine, but then all of a sudden out of that, you get a demo, you get a bump, and boom, the ball ends into your back of your net as Peaky hits this ball forward once again. It's getting blocked straight into a pass, but the pass is not received all that well so far. Heck bringing it back into the middle, but that's actually a good shot by Radosin, countering it right back.
Couldn't have placed that better, any better if you're Radosin, but Keck has to really be careful of that one. I know you had a Vitality player pressure and you've got to play that one away, but even better awareness from Radosin, knowing that the ball's going to pop his way and then having the wherewithal to send it into the top corner. Lovely stuff from the new pickup for Vitality. He's really been the star of the show for the team in orange so far this tournament. Alpha and K-Dop have played their parts. More so Alpha, as we want to see K-Dop pull his weight a little bit more, but Radosin has just been a breath of fresh air, you would say, for Vitality.
And, well, I can say that pretty much about every single of the one of the roster moves of the three top teams here, but this is a good shot by Justus, not getting on target though. You have to agree with me on this, right? Exotic on Semper has been looking stellar. Nolly on Carmine Corp looks insanely good, and here Radosin is also looking quite good overall on Vitality. All three roster moves have been looking good. It's just now figuring out how do you get that consistently going with your new team. That's the hard part. That's the tough part. That's where you have to get through with those scrims, playing tournaments like this to get that outage. But Heck right here, trying to get it back into the middle once again. Peaky with a good pass to Justus, who is quicker but doesn't get a shot on target.
I think you would say for the three teams that we've seen in this tournament, the three big teams that we've seen make roster moves, the ones you mentioned, Vitality, K-Corp, and Semper. I think right now, at least at based, recency bias in that last game, is this one going in? Oh, it is! I'll tell you more about that in a second, but let's look at this one again by Keck.
Just take it all in. Simple as that. It doesn't need to be hard. It doesn't always need to be a tough, incredible flip reset goal. This is how easy some of these goals can get if you make a tiny slip up at these ranks, at these levels. Capitalizing on that mistake, making it a 2-1. And I'll let you continue your story, Crafters.
Yeah, so out of the three big rosters that we've seen in this tournament make roster changes, you would say, at least based on the previous series there, the most impactful so far has been Nolly. He was just incredible in that last series for K-Corp. But right now, for me, it's a toss-up between Radosin and Exotic, which one has made the better impact, at least in the early stages of their development. Radosin, I think, has incorporated himself in better, but obviously Semper with the better results so far. So, but I would even put that down to Casio and Chaussette playing a little bit better as well. Exotic still with his pop-off ability, and Radosin has that too, trying to show it here. Doesn't get around the FC Multiculti defense this time around. Still a 2-1 advantage for Multiculti with 20 seconds left. Alpha 54 now on the sidewall here. Goal required for Vitality to stay in this game number one, maybe force overtime. Piki will now clear. And time slowly running out for Vitality. The corner will go. Heck now tried to play it to himself, and the pinch across the face of the net. We've picked up Radosin now for Vitality to go down. Alpha 54 in the corner, and this one's just going to pinch away, touch the ground, and FC Multiculti have the first.
A very calm and collected game coming out from Gek, Justice, and Piki. And really just felt smooth the way they played. They played very easy going, very safe. Not really letting Vitality get anything really started, but also not falling back all the time and just sitting in defense. They were really just being annoying all over the field in a way where they just stopped things before they could even happen.
And just looking at the stats here, everything was relatively even. 51-49% possession, but Multiculti had the slight advantage in field domination, but shots as well. Both even, both teams with 6 shots apiece, and everything else pretty much right down the middle. FC Multiculti making the most of the chances that they had, and obviously the goal from Heck, the mistake from Vitality pushing far too far up, was the difference maker as we enter game number 2. And like we were saying earlier, Spooks, the criticism of Vitality in their group stage games was that they weren't pushing far forward enough, at least not pushing as one solid unit. The one time that they push downfield in game number 1 is the time they get a big counter-attack from Heck, or at least a big long goal, and they pay the price for it by losing the first.
Indeed, and will they lose this one as well? That is going to be the question, as Justice and Heck working together quite well. This ball is under the control of Radosin though. But the ball really not getting away from their own half so far. Heck once again putting it onto the wall, trying to find a second touch, can't get it alone as K-Dub tries to fight the transition, does find a good touch into the middle, but there's no one ready for it, no one really expecting the type of touch. And that means that Piki once again can get a good clear, and the entirety of Vitality all moves back at once, all together. There's not a single person ready to stay up, ready to do something different. It seems like it's a bit of a hive mind.
I like that hive mind for the bees as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice one, nice one. Alpha 54 now trying to become the, not quite the queen bee, but the king bee here. Alpha 54 and everyone else from Vitality moving forward. And trying to put the pressure onto FC Multiculti, trying to get first one on the board here in game number 2. Out of the corner comes Keck, but it is taken straight out off of him by Alpha 54. Now K-Dub. Oh, 2 members of the Multiculti defense have to get it past Alpha as he came down that side of the field. Now it's transitioned back into the Vitality half, and this is something that Vitality really need to be careful of. As much as they like pushing down fields these days as one whole team, you've really got to be careful of, you know, I suppose Keck just booming it downfield and getting a free goal.
I mean, that's how easy those things can be. As Justice with the control, getting it over one, but there's always a second lying in wait. K-Dub once again, ball into the middle. That's a good and beautiful pass, but it just was seen by Gek once again. Now it's Alpha with the flip reset. We know he's dangerous when he gets in those situations, but nothing really being created right here. A bit too slow. And that has been a bit of the story of this series so far. It's just been a bit slow all over, and now Gek trying to maybe speed it up a tiny bit. That doesn't work out for him. Now Piki once again was just a hit forward. Doesn't want to let that ball get stuck. Justice with a lot of freedom, a lot of time right now. Gets it over one. Has the ceiling shot. Can he get it into the middle? He does. The pass is there, but no shot can be found.
Yeah, and Heck smartly dives away from it. Doesn't want to dive in and create a 3v0 opportunity for Vitality, although Alpha trying to get it over himself, over the crossbar. Oh, and Justice, he was trying to send it into the corner, but it rattles off the bar and goes in. It's an own goal.
Let me just...
Oh, dear.
Yep. Let's move on. So, Crafters, how's your day been?
It's been great, mate. I've loved watching today, but yeah. What do you know what I was going to say? I was going to talk about how Multiculti has been reading the Vitality offense quite well and has been really good in defense, and then Justice just has to go and do that and ruin my point completely.
It happens. It happens. That's always how it goes. You can even cast a curse even before you say it at these moments in times.
I just had the thought. I had the thought,
Yeah.
and then Justice does that.
That's all.
Oh boy.
That's all it needs. And what right now Vitality needs is for Dosen to get another goal right here. Leaves it all over Alpha. Quick shot there. But the post denying him. But they do get this offense going. Radosin once again. A good attempt right there. But Heck isn't going to be allowing that pass into the middle. The only one taking it is Peaky though. Just this back forward once again. The shot is there, but it's a bit too weak. Alpha will never struggle with that.
One thing that Multiculti is struggling with though is trying to break out of their own half. Vitality just have complete control of every corner of this pitch. And with just a minute left here in game number 2, Multiculti wanted to capitalize on their initial victory and keep their momentum rolling, but Vitality have just not let them run away with anything. Still only 1-0 for Vitality. Radosin picks this up. You can see what Radosin's doing. He's not even turning aggressively towards net. He's just trying to waste time. Vitality know that they have the better defense right now, and they're letting their defense do the talking.
But that's a great bit of control right there from Gek. Shot coming out from Peaky. Just too easy to be reading that. Kate up onto Radosin. Wants the control, but gets 50'd right away back into the orange half. We go. Kate up. Needs to get this away. This might be the final push that you were requiring with the last 10 seconds ticking down. Peaky can't get it away, and that means that Alpha brings it all over towards the blue side once again. Shot is there. Alpha almost getting it alone, but this ball goes away all the way to Justice, who now has one final chance to do something, but this ball just closing to the ground every single time, and it just keeps going up. Even right here, Gek is still able to keep it up.
That they are, but I think Vitality is just going to slam the door shut on this one. It's actually, I didn't quite catch who it was at the end there, the blue player touching the ball down, but it was not Vitality, but hey, it's Vitality who won the game, and yeah, that just seemed like it was all for the bees right there. You can see the shot count, 4, 2, and 3. Quick maths, that's 9. And only 3 shots for Multiculti, and yeah, it did seem like Vitality were just running rough shot on Multiculti and didn't let them have one lick at the Vitality net. And the chances that Multiculti did have, they really didn't make the most of them.
I'm just looking at the one opportunity, one chance they did have. Yep, it's this one. That is the way they lost.
With their own goal. 1-0 own goal. That's a tough way to lose a game like that. And you know, I mentioned it yesterday, I'll mention it again. In Rocket League, you've got to have a short memory. And for Multiculti, they just want to erase that mistakes, especially Justice, who is the perpetrator of that own goal. You want to forget about that in a hurry. Maybe answer back with a proper goal of his own. Alpha now, with boost in hand, has to fake out Keg, but will not be fooled, is the Dutchman. Heck now again, looking for Justice. This is better for Multiculti, and it's even better than that. Peaky gets one within just over 30 seconds.
And watch the defense here from Vitality. No one really expecting a quick shot from him. And Kato just a second too late. Not even a second, half a second. Just too late. And that means that FC Multiculti has now scored all the goals in this series. Every single one.
No. Vitality got one in the first game.
Yeah, but it was still scored. Did they get one in the first game?
Yeah, they did. It was 2-1.
Oh, yeah, it did. Okay, never mind. I said it wrong.
Vitality have only scored 1 goal in this series themselves.
Yeah, okay, fine. But that doesn't have the same ring to it.
Multiculti have scored the last 3 goals. There you go. You have that one.
It's fine. We'll move on. We'll be going on as Gek once again tries to get a second for himself.
Oh.
But this one won't be going in. Kata blocking it off, but it's still in the orange half in a dangerous position, especially with those touches. This ball's right in front of the net. Just trying his best can't do it, but Gek right there to help him out.
Lovely stuff from Heck and just causing malfunction at the junction. Oh, and a bump and Radosin will just leave Cade up, flailing in net like a wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man, except he's not selling cars, he's selling goals, and FC Multiculti, they're buying them up. 2-0 for the FC Multiculti side. Are they wanting a third? They'll bail out and let Vitality clear this one back into their own half. And now Vitality, this is where they need to turn up the pace. We know Vitality has speed underneath those bonnets, but we've not really seen it. It's been slow and methodical for Vitality. Now they need to turn on the jet engines, and that shot isn't really going to make too much impact.
And it's almost sad to think about that this, for Justice at least, isn't even his RLCS team.
No.
This is playing with a different team. This is just for here, for right now. This just to have this. And you see how well they're playing together. It's almost sad to think about. But what isn't sad to think about for FC Multiculti is that they are still up 2 goals. And we're almost nearing the halfway point. And it's still this ball. It just doesn't want to go in. Almost just bounces on in right there from Gek. But even then, Vitality luck is not on their side as Justice now leaves it alone for Peaky. Can he find a double? He does get it into the middle once again. Gek can't find the shot. That means that Justice has to turn in quite quickly. Still in the orange half. Radosin with the control, getting 50 right there as well. Peaky once again going up. Can he be quick? Can he find a shot? Leaves it alone.
No Vitality with the mounted decline. And that demo won't help all that much. This is an empty net. Oh, Heck is just going to walk that one in. Vitality were wanting one. Instead, they'll concede.
Gek just has to take it. Can't let Peaky have anything, can't he?
Radosin was coming in. It was a goal.
Yeah. Sure. Gek was just not allowing him to have that. But 3-0, good standing right now for FC Multiculti. Really looking strong, really looking dangerous. Gek right here with the fake. Nothing to be created from this time around. Good pass from Kate onto Radosin. Can he do it alone? Looking for the bump. Doesn't get it onto Justus. I mean, this ball will go back into the midfield once again. And will we see FC Multiculti now decide 3 goals is enough? We can try and start wasting time a bit.
I mean, Vitality started wasting time when they were only 1-0 up. But I think Multiculti just want to pad their stats a little bit. Here comes Justus off the back wall and Heck flying in. They've really got to be careful. All this aggression with 3-0 up. You can start to play a little bit of safe play, especially with only a minute and a half left on the clock. Less than that, in fact. So maybe playing the patient game and just having your cake and eating it. If you're FC Multiculti, don't try and press an issue that you don't really need to press because you might pay the price for it. And Alpha 54, he's still baking his cake. He's got it in the oven right now. He's starting to cook something up, but it's just not quite there yet.
But is it fun to start playing patiently when you're up trio?
It's not, but
no,
I mean,
exactly.
in this situation, your elimination is on the line. And Alpha 54, he knows it's on the line, and he's trying to claw Vitality back into this third game.
Alpha 54, I know you're good at flip resets. Of course, this one does go in with a bit of help from Gek, but that is still clean as can be. Does bring them back a tiny bit, but is it too little too late? Only 51 seconds left on the clock. Alpha 54 right here has the control, but Justice trying to bait him out. The pass to Radosin is a good one. Back to Alpha 54, but the shot not found as Gek blocked it off. Alpha 54 once again into the middle. Here comes the pass from Kate up. Justice off to the side. Kate up with a pass into the middle once again. Alpha 54 with the fake. Leaves it alone, but can't find the shot. The fakes aren't good enough, and the clearance is quite good. A free goal on net, but the goal getting blocked by Alpha 54, who gets the demo and transitions together with Kate up.
Giving FC Multiculti a taste of their own medicine there. It was almost a guaranteed fourth. It might not be enough, though. as the deficit is still 2. Less than 5 seconds to go now. Vitality need a hope and a prayer and a miracle, and it's not going to happen here in game number 3. It does touch the ground. We'll go to game number 4. FC Multiculti, 1 game away from knocking out Team Vitality from the Dacia Spring Electric Tournament.
I can't believe you just said that. Can you?
I can't. I had to say it because it's true, and I still can't believe it.
This is insanity. Vitality has been looking better. They've been going better and better and better. They even got to game 5 against Semper, who we both rate as grand final candidates. And now you're coming here and you just don't have much of a say into this match. Rodosen isn't looking good in this match either. It's currently L54 who's trying his best, but both K-Dub and Rodosen don't have much of a say in this match. And who has a say in this match, in my eyes, has been Gek once again, showing off why he's so incredibly good.
That he has, but he's got a good crew around him. Justice as well, he's played his part brilliantly. We've not really said Peaky's name all that much, but he's been in there making a few saves here and there.
Silent
It's been no slouch for FC Multiculti. The Vitality. Now the pressure of the situation really starts to show its face. Here comes Rodosen, under pressure as well, but heck, even under more intense pressure, he knows there's only one game, 4.5 minutes between him and knocking out Team Vitality from this tournament. But Rodosen now, leaves it for K-Dub, no shot found.
But one lucky thing for Vitality is that recently, when we cast together Crafters, we go to game 5, so this one will most likely go to game 5 as well. Seeing as how things have been going into traditions. English is hard sometimes, but what is also hard is scoring on the FC Multiculti defense. They have still been holding on. Nothing from Vitality has been going past them, as Gek does get past Alpha 54, but sadly enough for him, K-Dub and Rodosen are still in defense.
And that's the smart play from Vitality, just knowing that Gek has that long clear ability, and they've fallen victim to it. Well, once from Gek himself and once from Justice. Vitality maybe playing a little bit more conservatively in their rotations and making sure they have at least one man back, although Alpha 54 just buries that deep in the heart of the blue net.
The man of the hour finding the net, Peaky in a hard position. K-Dub, of course, also chasing after him. Really opening up this play through K-Dub, and I mean, L54, you don't have to give him an open net twice. He will really get those all the time. But it's just a 1-goal lead. You can't go into defense like you've done before. You need to be careful because FC Multiculti has shown they're fully capable of getting back into this game. Justice now going up, ball back down, good pass into the middle. There's Peaky, but the shot blocked off by K-Dub. Gek with the second try, and still no goal to be found.
This is starting real creative stuff from FC Multiculti, but Vitality are dealing with it really well. Rodosen is denied by the defense this time around, and out of the corner comes K-Dub, no boost in tank, but he almost got a touch to that in Alpha. If K-Dub was able to make the touch there, could have had one small opportunity on net, and as was seen so far today here to Spooks, all Alpha needs is one small chance to send it net bound, and he'll have a decent enough chance to make the score. 2.5 minutes gone, 2.5 to go. Vitality looking for a second as well. K-Dub will be saved away by Peaky. And again, you see their Vitality, only 1 goal on the board, and they know they really have to get this second if they want to confirm game 5. Everyone pushed up again, but one touch in the middle from Rodosen faulted Multiculti from coming forward as quickly as they wanted to.
Peaky once again trying to set something up. Justice blocking it off in the midfield, getting it to Gek. Peaky's also up. Gek can he do it alone? No, L54 is blocking him off this time around, and there's now K-Dub once again to the ball, but Gek, the patience, the control, and the flying aerial, because he got absolutely bumped away. Attempt from Justice, but it is still not on target. Gek up once again. This is another passing option to Peaky. Peaky was trying to look for Gek, I believe. They're on the backboard of the enemy. I like the confidence that FC Multiculti is coming out with, even when they are 1-0 down, as Gek has to get past Alpha 54, but that has been so hard to do. Who now just lets himself drop on down, relies on Dosin and Kate to get further ahead, but it hasn't been working that much.
Talked a lot this week's books about creative offense, and Multiculti for me has been the more creative team in way of getting these balls into shooting positions and scoring positions. Right now, here in Game 4, hasn't been able to find the back of the net. Dosin has only Hek to beat. Hek just rattles it off the backboard. Hek needs to make a save again because Justice and PK were nowhere to be found. Now Justice takes it away. Hek refueled and revitalized going upfield. 40 seconds remain for Multiculti to stay in this one if they do not want to go to game number 5 against Team Vitality. And I can assure you that they want to get this done and dusted right here, right now. Maybe Justice will be the one to take it up with 30 seconds left into the corner. Now Hek, PK is there, maybe a couple of bumps on the way, and Hek is going to be the one to make it through. Come through. Justice with a shot off the backboard again, saved away and cleared by Vitality, but PK keeps it dangerous.
He keeps it going. Radosin keeps it going for himself. The crossbar denying him for a second, and Gek gets a good hit up. This should be Justice his ball. He just barely gets a touch onto it, and that means that is it. That should be dropping down, and of course we're going to a game 5.
Oh, that last shot from Justice had to be on target. I know there was a couple of defenders back for Vitality. It probably would have been saved one way or the other. But it's things like that. It's little things like that, Spooks, that have been the difference maker for Multiculti. Yes, they've had chances, but the quality of shots have just not been there for me. I mean, you look at the stats there, the quantity's been there. I mean, 7 shots there for Multiculti. And if I can do some quick maths, 9 for Vitality. So the shot count is there. It's not like Karmine Corp yesterday when they, had no shots on net for one particular game. I can't quite remember which game that was. But yeah, Multiculti have the capability to make these shots. They just don't seem to me to have the quality. But they're going to have to find it here. 5th and final game. One of these teams will be moving on. One of them will be going home. Can Vitality weather the storm? Oh, will Justice and Multiculti be the ones to knock out the big French boys?
I thought Vitality couldn't do it, winning with a 1-goal lead again, but apparently they still are able to do so. And Radosin trying to set that 1-0 lead up once again, because that's probably what Vitality will be aiming for, getting a quick goal and then doing the same thing they've done before, hold down the defense as Justice is trying to block that off, trying to get a goal, but I see Multiculti really coming away from that. How? Huh?
Yeah, you can see that they're nervous. I mean, all 3 members tucked in the Vitality corner. They're really not lucky they didn't concede off of that absolute cluster in the corner of Vitality's side of the field. They get their heads together. All you need to do now for 4 minutes is just, I wouldn't say just defend, but when Vitality are scoring 1 and getting the hell out of there, you might as well just defend and make sure Vitality don't get their 1, but they might have to concede it here. Alpha with an off-target shot leads it down for K-Dot, but the defense is there to crunch on that ball.
It's a one-and-done deal for Vitality, but they still need to get that 1 before they can be done. As K-Dot hits it high, looking for that 1, trying to set himself up, getting the ball down, and with a bit of luck, he gets it into the net, but you need to make your own luck.
K-Dot, where has this been? The man, the myth, the legend does it again. I think it takes a glancing blow off of Justice, but they can't really classify that as an own goal. That is just pure brilliance from the former world champion. 1 game away for both these teams. 1 goal to the good for Vitality, but Multiculti could come back at this. Hek trying to slow things down and barrel his way through the defense. Won't happen there as Vitality just stand like a ton of bricks in the way of the ball. 2 minutes gone in this game, Spooks, and Vitality seem to be on their way because Multiculti can't seem to string together an offensive play.
It really can't, and it's going to be such a tough task. We've seen it 2 times before in this series, and Vitality looking to do it a 3rd time. Peaky can't get this challenge going, but luckily enough for him, Gek is quite quick as well. Good hit up, but there is always someone in your path. You can never have an easy time. Kadab trying to find an easy shot, but the save is there as well. And Radosin now from the ceiling back into the middle once again. Good pass over to his teammate, but just as easy block towards the side. Kadab with the bump and demo. You can really tell that Vitality is slowly gaining some confidence.
And you got to think of the boost management as well. If you look on the side of your screen, folks, you can, every time I look at the boost counters, it always seems Vitality have 2, maybe all 3 players at full tanks of boost. Multiculti, when they've been coming forward, they've been draining all their boosts down, but Vitality manage it so well, they get the boost steals in on the Multiculti side of the field, and that is why Vitality have a stranglehold on this right now. Now PK trying to break the lines. Multiculti need to string something together because they're just being choked and suppressed back in their own side of the field. Radosin will be denied by Heck this time around, but it's getting into desperation mode for Multiculti, and that's weird saying that. Only 1 goal to the good still for Vitality.
This to the side. Trying to set up his team once again. Heck, who has been a bit silent in this game 5. We would like to see a bit more from you, as you've done so in the past. It's gonna be hard when there are 3 defenders in your path. Radosin now dropping it back down, getting it into the air once again. Is a beautiful pass, but so is the save from Greg. Trying to set something up, but there's no one there to receive your pass. Just as eventually does get to the ball, looking for a bump, and Kadab very smartly getting the block, and this one leaves the net unopened. Kadab getting his 2nd.
Let's see what happened here. It was just a slow play in the air, and PK, oh, he just comes in at the wrong angle. Kadab keeps his height, keeps the dunk advantage, and an empty net. Multiculti, like I said, they seem like a desperate team. And when desperate teams call for desperate measures and leaving their net open, they're just going to have to become a little bit more desperate. 60 seconds left. Can Multiculti string something together? Otherwise, they are going to be out of this tournament. They will take no further part and will not be going to Championship Sunday unless they can find 2 goals in the next 40 seconds.
The struggle keeps on getting bigger with every passing second. As Radosin onto the side, really trying to waste a bit more time. Good pass into the middle, Alpha going high. And every single time you see them going into the air, see them going for those air dribbles, seeing them going for these passes, the time just keeps on ticking by. Radosin leaving it alone. That's a good attempt to fake people out, but they won't be falling for that one. But they will be falling for this one. Kadab with his hat-trick and putting Vitality into the Championship Sunday.
I don't know what Multiculti's thinking here. I think they just ran out of boost, and I suppose with 15 seconds left, you just have to watch that one roll on by as your chances here in the Dacia Spring Electric Tournament slip away from you as well. Maybe one for the road for Justice, but it's not going to be enough. Justice has been served, but it goes to the side of Vitality. We thought they might have been down and out. We thought that they might not even get out of the group stage, but they make it to Championship Sunday. And who thrives on Championship Sundays? Kadab is going to play for a chance at the Dacia Spring Electric Tournament Championship.
Kadab really did well this game. You can tell it right there. 3 goals, 6 shots. He was doing really well on the offensive side. But I think a massive amount of respect has to be given to FC Multiculti, Gek, Justice, Peaky. They brought this to a game 5 against the Vitality. That is never an easy opponent, especially not with a name like that to yourself. So going the distance, going this well, and even for myself, convincing me they were actually going to win it, that is an insane thing to do.
Yeah, Multiculti were valiant competitors throughout this whole tournament. I honestly, when I saw this roster, I wasn't thinking much of them. I wasn't sure how far they'd get, but to get to this stage, you've really got to commend them. They were an awesome team, but Vitality, they just seem to have hit their stride today, Spooks. They didn't look all together on Thursday when we saw them in the group stage, just getting through as the second seed barely against the Rumble Bumblers. But for today, they seem to be hitting their stride, and tomorrow they're going to be taking on probably their biggest test yet, Spooks. They've got Carmine Corp to contend with on the lower side of the bracket in the lower semi-finals. As we take a look at that bracket, we are down to our final four. Semper Esports and Suh in that upper final. That's going to be one heck of a match, but I cannot wait to see Team Vitality against Carmine Corp, especially if Nolly plays the way he did today.
The two huge French organizations going against one another. That is a must watch. And what is also a must watch, I will say though, the Zerg and Semper one, it's one I'm looking forward to. The Dutchies against the Frenchies. Who will take it to the grand final? I mean, I know who I will be voting for. I don't know who you will be voting for, but we'll probably figure that out tomorrow, won't we?
Yeah, I've got 24 hours to get things sorted and, and just think about this, because this is going to be one heck of a championship Sunday here for the Dacia Spring Electric Tournament. But for playoff Saturday, that is going to do it for myself, Crappin, for Spooks, for Jam, and for Relic as well. We will see you tomorrow. We will crown a champion tomorrow. Who's it going to be? Come back tomorrow, same time, same place, and find out. We'll see you then.